Your son's name was spoken in heaven today, and because of that, something divine is already in motion. I say it again so you understand the weight of it. Your son's name was spoken in heaven today. What I'm about to share isn't random or ordinary. It has already been spoken in the courts of heaven, and your spirit sensed it before your mind could explain it. That stirring you felt, that heaviness mixed with alertness and sensitivity, wasn't by accident. A shift happened in the unseen world, and your son's name is woven into it. You're not imagining the signs, the sudden thoughts, or the quiet urgency pressing on your heart. Heaven has recorded a petition concerning your son, and today his name was spoken before God. Something divine has already begun to move, and Archangel Michael now comes to confirm it to you. Before you hear what is unfolding, take a breath, quiet yourself, and open your spirit, because this is not an ordinary message. This is a heavenly announcement released into the earth at this exact moment because everything has aligned. Your son is being positioned for a shift that cannot be undone, and you are being drawn into the understanding of it. Heaven has moved toward him. Destiny has been awakened over his life. A chain has broken in the spiritual realm, and you felt the echo of it in your spirit because the supernatural always sends a signal before it appears in the natural. His name wasn't mentioned casually. It was declared with authority, intention, and purpose. God has given command to angels, real angels, to begin aligning circumstances for a breakthrough that has taken far too long. The prayers you thought went unheard were never ignored. The quiet tears no one saw were all counted. The burdens you carried for him, heavier than one heart should bear, were seen. Heaven was listening, heaven was watching, and heaven recorded every cry, every fear, every whispered prayer. Today the response has begun. The command was given with certainty, and when God speaks there is no delay, no confusion, and no force that can block what he has set in motion. Even if you haven't seen it yet, things are already shifting. You may wonder why this moment, why now, and the answer is that divine timing required your son to reach a certain place emotionally, spiritually, mentally, or circumstantially before heaven could step in. Something crossed a threshold. Something became ready. Something aligned. And today God said his name would rise before him, the heavenly record would be brought forth, and the angelic host would be prepared to move. Take this deeply into your heart. Your son is not forgotten, not lost, not hidden, and not beyond reach. Even if he struggles, wanders, doubts himself, or feels unseen, heaven has never taken its eyes off him. And now heaven has spoken. That strange sense that something is changing is your spirit recognizing the movement of angels around your son. You are not imagining it. You are spiritually aware because you were chosen as an intercessor and protector for him. Your prayers opened a door of intervention that darkness could not shut. His name echoed through heaven today with divine authority. And now the earth is responding. Doors will open. Connections will change. Old ties will fall away and new ones will form. Opportunities will appear that once felt impossible. When heaven speaks a name, nothing stays the same. There is still more that must be revealed. There is a reason your son was highlighted today, a reason angels were sent, and a specific transformation that is coming. There is also a warning you need to hear, because where heaven moves, darkness tries to resist. Do not be afraid. Archangel Michael has already been positioned. Before the next layer is revealed, pause, breathe, and ready your spirit, because what comes next will open your eyes to a truth you haven't yet considered. Something sacred is unfolding, and the next revelation will show you exactly why heaven chose this moment to speak your son's name. Listen carefully again, because the movement surrounding your son has grown stronger since the moment his name was lifted in the courts of heaven. The spiritual realm is very active right now. Things are shifting, aligning, intervening, and rearranging. Even if you don't see anything changing on the surface, you may feel it inside. A quiet pressure, a sense of expectation, a deep knowing that something is moving beneath the surface of his life. This isn't imagination or wishful thinking or emotion filling in the gaps. This is spiritual awareness. When heaven speaks a name, the earth responds with purpose. Angels are already positioned along your son's path, not to simply watch, but but to influence, protect, redirect, open doors, close others, sever what no longer belongs, and guide what comes next. And I, Archangel Michael, stand at the front of this assignment. Your son has been under spiritual strain. Even if he hasn't said it out loud, he has wrestled with inner battles, confusion, discouragement, frustration, and heaviness. There have been moments when he questioned his purpose, doubted his worth, or felt disconnected from the light of his own future. He may have felt tired, lost, stuck, misunderstood, or lonely even when surrounded by people. Heaven saw every part of it. And today, because of a divine shift, his name echoed before God with authority. It wasn't spoken casually or by chance. It was spoken deliberately, with weight and with divine intention behind it. Heaven is moving on his behalf because his destiny carries more influence than he understands right now. There are gifts within him that haven't fully awakened yet, strengths he hasn't discovered, paths he hasn't walked, and doors he doesn't even know exist. Heaven knows them all and is already guiding him toward them. Now hear this carefully because it matters. Your son is entering a spiritual window of transformation that will reshape his direction and realign his inner world. This window wasn't always open. It required timing, readiness, alignment, and heaven's command. That command has now been released. A divine motion has been set around him. His steps are being redirected, his spirit is being stirred, and his protection is being strengthened. Yes, there is resistance, because whenever heaven moves, darkness takes notice, not to overpower or defeat, but to distract. The enemy cannot destroy a destiny that heaven has spoken, but it can attempt delay through discouragement, confusion, unhealthy influences, fear, or emotional heaviness. This is why you may notice emotional ups and downs in your son, moments where he pulls back, or sudden shifts in relationships around him. This isn't chaos. It's cleansing. Heaven is removing what cannot follow him into the next season. And you have a far greater role in this movement than you may realize. Your prayers have reached heaven again and again. Your quiet words spoken in the night were heard. Your tears were counted. Your intercession was recorded. You have stood in spiritual authority on behalf of your son, and heaven has honored it. Some changes will come into his life because of your faithfulness, not because of his awareness. Never underestimate the power of a praying parent or your influence in the unseen realm. Your voice carries weight in heaven, and today heaven answered. Now there is a truth you may not have fully considered. Your son carries an unfinished assignment on his life, something heaven marked him for long before he was born. It may not look the way you expected or unfold the way you imagined, but it is written into his purpose. Recently, something activated it, something awakened it, something shifted. That is why his name was spoken today, why angels were released, why resistance increased, and why your spirit has been so alert. His destiny is calling him forward, and heaven is moving to make sure he does not miss it. What is this assignment? What is awakening inside him? And what is the next divine movement? There is a pattern unfolding, a spiritual sequence, a heavenly strategy that will soon make everything clearer, but it must be revealed in the order it was given. There is something about your son's identity that heaven is restoring, something about his direction that heaven is correcting, and something about his spirit that heaven is reigniting. The next revelation begins to unlock this mystery, but before it is revealed, take a moment to pause, breathe, and steady your heart. What comes next carries real spiritual weight, and your spirit must be ready to receive it. Now listen with openness, because what follows concerns the awakening of your son's true identity, an identity heaven has protected even during seasons when he could not recognize it himself. There has always been a mark of destiny on his life, a spiritual imprint placed on him before he was born. Over time, life covered it with pressure, expectations, disappointments, and silent struggles. But today, because his name was spoken in heaven, that imprint is being activated again. Your son has been living beneath his calling, not because he lacks ability, but because he has not fully understood who he truly is. He has underestimated his strength, questioned himself too often, and wrestled with thoughts that were never his to begin with, thoughts meant to cloud his clarity, weaken his confidence, and silence his voice. But heaven is breaking through that fog now. Confusion is being dismantled. Something ancient and powerful is being stirred within him. This awakening will feel like an inner shift, a rising, a stirring, a return to strength he didn't realize was still there. You may start noticing small but meaningful changes in him, signs that heaven is at work. His words may carry more clarity. His resolve may feel stronger, his focus on his future more serious. He may begin pulling away from unhealthy connections, craving quiet moments, or feeling drawn toward purpose without fully understanding why. These changes are not random, not emotional swings, and not instability. They are signs that heaven is recalibrating his inner world, because when God speaks a name, identity responds. Your son is stepping into a renewed version of himself, stronger, wiser, more spiritually grounded, more aware, and more aligned with heaven's direction. A mantle is being placed on him, one that was always meant for him but could not rest fully until this moment, and now that process has begun. There is something deeper you need to understand about why this is happening now. Your son has reached a crossroads, not a physical one but a spiritual one. He is standing between who he has been and who he is becoming, between old patterns and new purpose, between being stalled and moving forward, between limitation and destiny. This moment is not meant to confuse him but to lift him higher. Heaven has positioned him so that staying where he is will no longer feel possible. What once felt comfortable may suddenly feel too small. Environments he once tolerated may feel out of alignment. People he depended on may slowly drift away. When this happens, don't panic or fear the changes. These shifts are not signs of instability. They are signs of elevation. Heaven is removing what cannot go with him into what's next. But you must also understand this. Your son has a spiritual adversary, not a physical one, whose goal has always been to keep him distracted, discouraged, and disconnected from his true path, not by destroying him but by delaying him, not through chaos but through confusion, not through obvious storms but through quiet mental pressure. This resistance has watched him since he was young, targeting his confidence, his identity, his sense of direction, and the places where he felt most vulnerable. For a season, those pressures had influence, but that season is ending now. Once heaven speaks a name, that influence begins to lose its hold. That is why resistance has intensified recently. I sensed the shift before you did. He knew heaven was moving. He has been preparing him all along. He knew angels were being sent. He knew divine protection was being put in place. And now that opposing influence is losing its grip, and your season of light is beginning. But there is something more that heaven wants you to understand. Your son's destiny is bigger than just his own life. What he carries will touch others. His presence will shape environments. His choices will shift atmospheres. His words will matter more than he realizes. His purpose is designed to cross paths with many lives. There is leadership within him, even if he hasn't seen it yet. There is a protector's heart inside him, even if he keeps it hidden behind silence. There is deep intuition within him, even if he questions himself. There is spiritual sensitivity in him, even if he rarely speaks about it. And heaven is getting ready to bring all of this to life. Now there is a revelation that connects everything. Your son is stepping into a season of divine acceleration. What once took years will begin to happen quickly. Doors that stayed closed will open with little resistance. Relationships tied to his purpose will appear unexpectedly. Opportunities he never chased will begin chasing him. This is not chance. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is heaven responding to his name being spoken. Prepare your heart, because the next part involves a very specific divine intervention. Something direct, something intentional, something powerful is about to unfold around your son in the days ahead. Before it is revealed, steady yourself, because what comes next is the most prophetic part so far. What is about to be revealed is not only divine, it is close. Heaven has already started arranging things around him, and the shift is nearer than it appears. What seems still in the natural has already moved in the spiritual. What looks unchanged on the surface is actively unfolding behind the scenes. What feels delayed is actually accelerating under God's command. You are about to see real evidence of heaven's involvement. This is not symbolic or emotional reassurance. This is divine coordination. When your son's name was spoken in heaven, a decree was released. Angels moved immediately. Chains broke instantly. Timelines shifted at once. Now the effects of that decree are beginning to show in his life. The first movement is this: divine protection is forming around him. Your son is being guarded from something he is not even aware of yet. There was a situation, whether emotional, relational, or circumstantial, that had the potential to drain him and slow his purpose. Heaven stepped in and stopped it. He may believe a door closed for ordinary reasons. He may feel disappointed about something that didn't work out. He may not understand why things changed so suddenly. But know this: heaven intervened. I stood watch. I redirected the path. I protected him from what he could not see. A connection that would have weakened him is being cut away. A direction that would have confused him is being shut down. A distraction that tried to pull him off course is fading. Do not grieve what leaves during this time. Do not fear what is removed. Do not hold on to what is dissolving. Everything exiting now is doing so because heaven commanded it. The second movement is divine alignment, opening a new way forward. Your son is being guided gently and steadily toward a path that brings clarity and purpose back into focus. He may begin to desire change. He may talk about moving forward. He may share new ideas, new plans, or new possibilities. He may feel a renewed fire that he cannot explain. This is alignment at work. He will cross paths with the right people at the right time. He will hear exactly what he needs to hear when he needs to hear it. Opportunities that once felt hidden will suddenly stand out. Do not push him. Do not rush the process. Heaven is handling the timing perfectly. Your role is to remain spiritually aligned, emotionally grounded, and faithful in prayer. Heaven hears you. Heaven weighs your words. Heaven honors your voice. Now listen carefully, because the third movement is one of the most powerful. Divine clarity is coming to his mind and spirit. Your son has wrestled internally with questions about direction, identity, and purpose. Those questions have created tension within him, but they were never meant to break him. They were meant to prepare him. And now answers are beginning to rise. Confusion is lifting. Mental heaviness is loosening. Understanding is forming where uncertainty once lived. He will begin to see himself differently. He will begin to trust what he carries. He will recognize that what once felt like weakness was actually preparation. This clarity will not arrive all at once, but it will come steadily, and when it does, it will anchor him. What once caused hesitation will begin to produce confidence. What once felt overwhelming will start to feel manageable. Heaven is settling his spirit and aligning his mind with truth. Everything happening now is intentional. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is random. Your son is being covered, aligned, and awakened all at once. And what you are about to witness is only the beginning. Questions once stirred hesitation and doubt, but that haze is lifting now. Heaven is clearing the fog. In the days and weeks ahead, you may notice a change in how he carries himself. His words will sound more assured, his posture steadier, his decisions clearer. He will stop doubting himself so much. Old habits will lose their grip, and unexpected responsibilities will no longer feel intimidating. None of this is accidental. These shifts are signs that something greater is at work, that an angelic influence is gently guiding him. Certain thoughts will no longer appeal to him because his inner compass is being corrected. Some desires will simply fall away because he is being elevated. Fears he once avoided will now be faced head-on because he is being strengthened. You will notice it. You will feel it. You will recognize that something has changed. But there is something deeper unfolding, something that explains the intensity of everything surrounding him right now. Your son is entering a season of supernatural rebuilding. There are places in his heart that were wounded, moments where trust was shaken and confidence took a blow. Heaven is not covering those places or lightly repairing them. It is rebuilding them from the ground up. That is why he may seem more emotional than usual, more reflective, more sensitive to the energy around him. He may guard his peace more carefully, feel less tolerant of chaos, and feel drawn toward solitude. This is not withdrawal. This is heaven's hand at work. This is spiritual renovation. Inner strength he didn't even realize he had lost is being restored. Old roots that no longer belong are being pulled out. He is being prepared for a greater identity, one he is finally ready to step into. Now there is a warning, not meant to frighten you, but to prepare you. Whenever there is divine acceleration, there is often a moment of spiritual testing. This test will not defeat him, harm him, or derail his path, but it may try to distract him. An old pattern may attempt to resurface. Someone from his past could appear unexpectedly. There may be a pull toward familiar comfort. This is not failure or regression. It is simply a test of readiness, and heaven will help him move through it. Still, the greatest revelation has not yet been spoken. What comes next explains why heaven moved now, what triggered this shift, and what specific blessing is being released over your son. Prepare yourself, steady your spirit, and open your heart, because what follows is the fulfillment of everything heaven has been preparing. Carries the greatest promise yet. Quiet your spirit now, because the final revelation is arriving. Everything you sensed building, everything heaven aligned, everything the angels have already set in motion is coming into full clarity. Your son's name was spoken today because a seal has been placed on his destiny. A divine authorization has been released, a spiritual activation that had been held in heaven until the right moment. Heaven waited until emotional maturity, spiritual readiness, and divine timing all aligned, and today they did. Your son is not just receiving guidance or protection. He is stepping into an appointed season of transformation. This transformation is not temporary, not fragile, and not dependent on human effort alone. It has been declared in heaven, and now it must unfold on earth. You are not merely hoping for change. You are witnessing prophecy in motion. You are watching destiny awaken. This is why you felt the stirring in your spirit. This is why your heart sensed urgency before your mind could explain it. You were responding to heaven's signal before you could fully interpret it. Now here is the core truth, the heart of the message. Your son's assignment is activating. Every person is born with a divine assignment, but not all are activated at the same time. Some begin early, others later, and for your son, heaven chose now. His assignment carries influence. People will be impacted by him without him trying. Carries leadership, as others will naturally trust his direction. Carries discernment, allowing him to see through false intentions. It carries protection, giving him a strong instinct to guard those he loves. Carries resilience, the ability to rise again after every fall. Heaven is strengthening these qualities, expanding them, and calling them forward. This is why confusion once tried to surround him, because his assignment is powerful and now it is coming fully alive. This message carries weight, so listen carefully. The enemy does not waste energy on what is weak. It confronts what is strong. Your son faced opposition because he carries power. He was resisted because he has a calling. He was challenged because he is chosen. And now heaven is drawing him back from every influence that tried to dim his light. This leads to the second reason heaven moved today. A generational shift has been set in motion, and your son stands at a turning point in your family line. Patterns that touched earlier generations, fear, limitation, delay, emotional heaviness, missed chances, are being broken through him. Heaven has set him apart as a cycle breaker, a restorer, a builder of something new. He carries the strength of those before him without the chains that held them back. A cleansing has begun in your bloodline through him, and this change will reach beyond him into the generations that follow. That is why the pressure intensified and why life felt so heavy around him, because breaking generational cycles requires divine force, and that force has now been released. Now comes the final and most powerful part of the message. A divine blessing has been poured out over your son, not just in symbol but in real and tangible ways, spiritually, emotionally, and materially. This blessing covers his path, his safety, his opportunities, and his future. You will start to notice it unfolding step by step. Doors will open faster than expected. Favor will appear unexpectedly. Decisions will become clearer. New people will enter his life at the right time. Old fears will fade. Strength will rise within him. Peace will settle around him, and his purpose will become clearer. This blessing will follow him and surround him. It will speak on his behalf in places he has not yet reached and open paths he could never have opened on his own. And you have been chosen to witness this transformation. Before this message ends, heaven gives you one final instruction. Do not be afraid of the changes. Do not doubt the timing. Do not question the process or worry about what you cannot yet see. Everything is unfolding exactly as it was designed to. Your role is simple. Keep your spirit open, keep your prayers consistent, keep your faith alive, and keep speaking life over him. Your words carry spiritual power. Your prayers protect him. Your belief strengthens him. Your faith opens doors around him. You are not just watching this happen. You are partnering with heaven in it. And here is the final assurance. What heaven has spoken over your son cannot be undone. What heaven has declared cannot be reversed. What heaven has released cannot be stopped. His name was spoken in heaven today. His destiny has been activated. His protection is in place. His purpose is rising.